Sounds like I've woken up Oscar. I'm alone, so I had to leave the door open for him. So he's going to be screaming at me shortly. Right. NewsWatch April. Okay?
Okay. Let's go.
Okay. Right. Thank you for putting up with that. So here we go. Sorry, he stands on the bed in another bedroom looking through the hallway at me, wanting me to come in and pat him. So, okay, Eusebio, go for it.
Can you switch on the next week on the Forex Factory, please?
I was wondering why Bank Holiday wasn't there. And the time is correct. It's 4:08 on the channel. Yep.
Okay, on Sunday, so of course nothing.
Yep.
On Monday we have, I will monitor the Chinese trade balance.
Yep.
And, but Monday is also Easter Monday, so many markets will be closed, so my advice is don't trade Monday. So then,
okay. Sorry, one other thing is anybody following Eusebio's pair bias advantage, where he tells you the direction, you're not having it you're not going to be working on it on Monday, are you, Eusebio?
Yeah, indeed, I don't, I will not make the buy, I will not trade, I will not observe the market, so
okay.
For me it's a nice 3 days weekend, so.
Sure.
Nice to have some rest, some good rest, to be ready on Tuesday.
Yep.
And then on Tuesday we have nothing special. So
we've got the primer course. Oh, Monday is primer, is it not for you?
Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
and
okay.
some workshop on Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah. So no news on Tuesday. So on Wednesday.
Okay.
If
so
you would like to.
Statement. Yep.
If you would like to scroll down the calendar. So on Wednesday we will have the US dollar core retail sales month-over-month major, and the retail sales month-over-month major too. Then we'll have a big one in red for the CAD, the Bank of Canada Monetary Policy Report, the Bank of Canada rate statement, and the overnight rate. So major plus higher time frames plus.
H.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then monitor the US dollar crude oil inventories. And then we will have,
Yep.
And then we will have also in red, so the Bank of Canada press conference. I will monitor the US dollar beige book. It's interesting to have the opinions in USA about the future of the economy.
Okay, Edmund's asking a question. Which pairs are more safe to start adjusting? Oh, okay, we'll sort that out later.
We will answer that after, Then we have, I will monitor the Aussie MI inflation expectations.
Okay.
And then we have the Aussie, the equivalent of the Aussie non-farm payroll. It is not the non-farm payroll, but it is the employment. So the employment change, so major higher time frames, and the unemployment rate, also major higher time frames.
Okay.
And that's it for Wednesday. Thursday. On Thursday, we have, let's see, I will monitor the pound Bank of England quarterly bulletin when it will be available. Then we have
sorry.
Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, I did get it. Okay, monitor. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we have the CAD manufacturing sales month over month, major. Then we have the CAD ADP non-farm. No, it is for the CAD. No, it's not important, or way less important. Then I will monitor the US dollar unemployment claims this time. Usually it's not important for the first, but due to the present context, I will monitor it. No, it will not be fun. Then we have the US dollar Philly Fed manufacturing index, major. Then let's see the speech by Tenrero, for the pound.
Okay, might jump. Didn't. Yep.
Speech title: Monetary Policy During Pandemics, Inflation Before, During and After COVID via or it will be a general lecture, so not important at all. Monitor the US dollar natural gas storage.
Yep.
Then we have William speaking.
Okay.
Due to speak about the economic outlook at the Economic Club of New York. No, not. Let's forget it. Oh, too far away.
Oh, sorry. Yep.
Then we have, I will monitor the Chinese GDP quarter over year.
Okay, got it. Yep.
And that's it for Thursday. And on Friday we have nothing special, but pay attention, monitor any concluding remarks about the IMF meetings. In the present context, the IMF meetings could be important.
Okay. Okay, so the normal incantation. Anything that's marked with an H4 applies to long time frame traders. So don't place orders 1 hour prior to the news coming out. Get out of them your orders within half an hour of it, the news coming out. In case of volatility, smacks your account. For the smaller time frames, anything that's marked with a major, the same information applies. Don't place orders 1 hour before, get out within half an hour. And the pling majors are big ones that normally Eusebio would hang around for because he's expecting something good to come of it, or more movement than normal. So if you're not already in a trade, or if shouldn't say that, this is for standard and SAM people, but if you haven't traded yet, then wait for these, or wait for any of the major news to come around and then look for entries afterwards. Much easier these days with the ETF than it was in the old days with Classic Max. But these major red ones are big ones that Eusebio stays awake for sometimes, just particularly to trade them to see what movements come off. I remember once he waited 9 hours through his night for the yen to make an announcement. He knew it was going to be a big one, so he just stayed there and waited for it to come along and made lots of pips from it. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it. On the other side, I'll just move this out of the road. If you have any questions, let me know, but it's brief. And for those of you who haven't noticed, but we've taken away the bias. That's kind of slowed things down and made it more difficult to sort of explain to people. But if you want to know how to do the bias individually for each one, we can go through it very quickly. It doesn't take that much. It's just up to you to do the work now. And on the pairs, the top 10s, here's the list for this week, down here, out of the 28 majors. The ranges are dropping down slightly again. They were, in the middle of last year, $800 range was the peak. Then at the beginning of this year, they sort of started to fatten up a bit, but then they got thin, and then all of a sudden COVID and the crash came along, and we had huge, well, relatively huge ranges, but still nothing compared to what actually happened in 2008, really. It's all happened real fast and gone away really quickly. So it's sort of ramped up and then it's gone back. So hopefully it's going to stay nice and rangy, but because it means that we've got plenty of opportunity to sort of make money. But we'll just have to see how this thing goes. People stuck inside don't know what's going on. So these are the top 10s over here, and they'll be on the website. And what we do now is a magic trick with Eusebio, where we get the top 10, and
you can ignore the Aussie yen, Chris.
Okay. Did I get too many? Oh no, right. Okay. Aussie yen is gone. Why did you want to remove it?
Just to limit the number of pairs, but if you, there is no problem
Okay.
to include the Aussie yen, but if you include the Aussie yen, you should also include then the Aussie US dollar.
Okay. So let me go back to it. I was just picking at the top 10.
You see, 1704, 1702, they are pretty much identical. So you have, if you take the Aussie yen, you have to include the Aussie US dollar. But
Okay.
personally, I would ignore the Aussie.
Yeah, that's okay. No, I just wanted to know the thinking, so that's cool. So we'll leave it like that, and we'll see what happens. So for Sunday we've got nothing. For Monday we've got nothing.
But
So,
for Monday, we have no trade for Monday.
Yep. Same as I did last week. Okay, I'll just turn that dark grey, so I've still got... Okay, for Tuesday we have nothing from Monday and nothing on Tuesday.
Okay, then the choice will be the Euro Kiwi or the Euro Aussie.
Yep.
Then the Pound Kiwi or the Pound Aussie.
Yep.
And then the Pound US dollar.
Okay. Very similar to last week.
Yes.
Okay, so nothing left over from Tuesday for Wednesday, and on Wednesday we have the US dollar.
The US dollar, okay.
And the CAD.
And the CAD, okay. Then we will have the Pound US dollar or the Pound CAD.
Yep.
Then we will have the Euro Kiwi or the Euro Aussie.
Yep.
And then the Pound Kiwi or Pound Aussie.
Right. Okay, and from Wednesday, leftovers from Wednesday, we've got the Aussie.
So the Aussie, okay.
And on Thursday, we have the CAD.
The CAD again, okay.
The US dollar.
And the US dollar, okay. So
sounds like this one again.
Yeah, but no, the choice for Wednesday is not correct, Chris. So we have the Pound US dollar or Pound CAD.
Yep.
Then the Euro Kiwi or the Euro Aussie, and then the Pound Aussie, Kiwi or Pound Aussie.
Ah, okay. Right.
Okay. So on Thursday, so we will have the Euro Kiwi or Euro Aussie.
Yep.
Then the Pound Kiwi or Pound Aussie.
Yep.
And then the Pound CAD.
Cool. And on Friday we have leftover from Thursday we've got nothing, and on Friday we've got nothing.
So it will be exactly as Tuesday.
Very quiet week, supposedly.
Now let's check if we cover the 3 sessions. So for Tuesday we have we cover the 3 sessions. For Wednesday we cover the 3 sessions. For Thursday we cover the 3 sessions, and for Friday we cover the 3 sessions. Okay, we are good.
Okay. And let me see, before we disappear off here, we have some extra pairs that we've been giving out, but maybe what we were doing was picking the top pairs, but seeing as the movements have been so volatile, rough, sharp, over the last couple of weeks, we said, well, perhaps you could have a look at some of these ones instead. They're not moving quite as much, but they're slower movers, and so they may not be as dangerous and flighty as they might be easier to trade for you. So we pulled out some of these and put them on the website to give you an idea on where has that gone. excuse me, just pull this back. Okay, so the pairs that I said smooth movers, these ones are here, Eusebio. Do you want to change this slot?
No, they are still valid.
Okay, so Euro pounds already in the top 10 list, so yeah, okay. So yeah, they're less erratic, so they might be easier to trade if you wanted to not be burning your brain cells out trying to follow some of these ones that jump around. Like the pound Kiwi is a really nice mover, but it spreads really wide sometimes, and its pullback when the spikes on it can be quite large. So you don't have to hurt yourself to make money with this stuff sometimes. Okay, so thanks for that, Eusebio. And the other thing to check is the critical news watch list. So
there is no change for me for the moment. So
okay, right, that's cool. Thank you. So I'll just save this. Anybody got some questions? Chris, ADR on Aussie dollar is 17.02. Oh, okay, Dan.
Perhaps for the geopolitical, so we can perhaps emphasize for the European Union, because they have, it was really a comedy, they have obtained an agreement for a plan, a 500 billion euro plan, but when you analyze the details of this plan, it's really a joke. So it's not a real plan and with a lot of conditions, and so I suppose that in the coming days some of the countries of the European Union will complain, and so the difficulties between the European countries will be perhaps exacerbated a little more than a little more then. So
okay, so does this stay the same, or
yes.
What would you like me to add? Okay, so you just
nothing, but just to emphasize that these kind of difficulties can perhaps increase in the near future.
Yeah, even saw it in the newspapers out here in New Zealand about the Netherlands saying the F word in one of the meetings, and gosh, that's really terrible. Okay, yeah. Right.
Now, concerning the news, a general remark. So, the standard interpretation of the news does not apply for the moment, because we know and the markets know that the numbers will be bad, because it can be anticipated, so that there is no anticipation here to have, and so the market will react completely different than they react usually, whatever the number is. So pay extremely attention. In this context, it's better to be for the news to adopt the pessimistic view of the news than to try to have a standard interpretation of the number which will be released. So.
Okay. Okay, like non-farm payroll was a good example.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. We all know it's really bad. It didn't reflect in the numbers, and nothing happened. Can't even see a blip on the charts with it.
Yeah, you take, for example, on Wednesday for the retail sales and the core retail sales, the forecasts are bad, but we know that the number will be bad. The only difference is how bad will they be. Perhaps it will be even worse than the forecast, but we know they will be bad. So the forecasts make no sense for the moment.
Okay. Right. And cool. Thank you. So I have a question. Right. Edmund's still got his question there. Thanks, Dan. Don't need that anymore, so I've saved it. I can come back to it really quickly, and I'll pull this out of the road. So if there's nothing else on the news side of things, I have this enormous feeling that I've forgotten something.